The genie's trick. Ethan Cole was a master of deception. A grifter, a con artist, a man who lived by his wits and his ability to read people. But nothing in his years of trickery prepared him for the night he found the lamp. It sat forgotten in a dusty pawnshop, its bronze surface dulled with age. Something about it called to him. He bought it for next to nothing, thinking it might make for a good mark. Perhaps some rich fool would pay for a real magic lamp. But when he gave it a casual rub back in his apartment, smoke billowed out, thick and dark, coiling into the form of a towering man with ember-like eyes and a too-wide grin. "I am Azar, last of the jinn," the figure intoned. "You have freed me, mortal. In return, I shall grant you 3 wishes." Azar then made himself at home by lounging on the couch. He then picked up the television remote and after a few seconds puzzling over what it did began the flick through the TV stations. Ethan's mind raced. He didn't believe in magic, but if this was real, it was the con of a lifetime. "All right," he said, testing the waters. "I want $10 million. Azar smiled. "Granted." The genie waved his hand and banknotes appeared from nowhere. Then they began to fall from the ceiling. Thousands of them like water from a waterfall. Ethan laughed, ecstatic. He threw the money in the air then lay down on the floor and rolled about in the notes. All the time Azar looked on, a strange smirk on his face. Then the news was on the television.
The FBI are investigating a major bank heist, said the TV presenter. 10 million has vanished from several high-security accounts overnight. This is the man the FBI are looking for. A photograph of Ethan appeared on the screen. His heart pounded. The genie had given him the money, but made him the thief. Ethan cursed under his breath. "You think you're clever?" Azar shrugged, lounging lazily on Ethan's couch. "I granted exactly what you asked for." Ethan exhaled slowly. He had to be smarter. "Fine. Second wish. I want every trace of this theft erased. No investigation, no one looking for me." Azar's grin widened. "Granted." The piles of banknotes began to turn to a pink mist and when this had cleared every note had disappeared. On the television there was cry of amazement as notes fell like snowflakes into the once empty bank vault. Ethan clenched his fists. His dream of riches had evaporated. He had to think carefully. If he wished for something, Azar would twist it. But if he played this right, he must phrase his wish so that it could not be misinterpreted. He forced a smile. "All right, last wish. I wish I were a really important person. One of the most vital people on the planet, more important than any king, president or billionaire has ever been." Azar's smile grew wider. "As you wish, O master." There was a flash of light and Ethan found himself on a freezing, windswept beach. He wore a bright orange overall. In one hand he held a large sack half filled with litter and in the other a stick with a pincer contraption on the end. Azar stood by his side grinning. "You are now one of the most important people on the planet, master. Far more vital than any king, president or billionaire." The genie laughed. "You have now had your 3 wishes, farewell." There was a puff of blue smoke and he was gone.